Hey there, everybody. Glad to have you here. I'm here to do your pick a card reading for the full moon in Gemini. This is as many of you probably know, it's a super moon, right? Last full moon of the year. Just lit some nice French lavender. So let's keep that over here on the side. I felt like some fire today. I'm really excited to do this reading for you all today. I'm always happy to do this, but especially because this is a super moon. It's the last full moon of 2025. It is, as we know, full moons are about releasing or recognizing when things have come to a crescendo, to a certain fullness. So we're ready to move on to something else. Perfect time, at this time of the year. And this full moon, as many of you know, is in Gemini. In tarot, Gemini is ruled by the lovers. So Spirit, as I was gathering the decks and doing the spread, Spirit just kept saying a clear choice. In the lovers card, very often, in addition to it being about relationships and union, it is about decisions. And as you know, Gemini ruled by Mercury. So there's this consciousness, this clarity that comes. I think this supermoon is offering all of us around our ability to make clear choices as we know what to leave behind in 2025, what we've learned, all the things that we've experienced, and preparing ourselves to go into 2026. All right. So I've got 3 piles in front of me. If you're new to my pick a cards, the way it works is I have catalysts here, which I'll show you. You just go with your intuition, see what pulls you based on what's here. Many of you read, choose more than one. Some people get messages from all 3 stacks. Just go with your intuition. There's no right or wrong here. It's all about your spirit, your guides, and what you feel you're drawn to. All right, that said, let's get into it. Pile number 1, I've got some holy water that I got from Santa Fe. Okay, so pile number 1, if you're drawn to the holy water. Pile number 2, I've got a tarot coin. There are symbols for all of the cards in tarot. So I've got a tarot coin for pile number 2. And for pile number 3, I've got these incredible sacred shells that I got from Hana in Maui, Hawaii. All right? From the Hana region. All righty. So take that in for a moment. The holy water, the tarot coin, the shells from Hana, and see what you're drawn to. All right, we're going to go in. Let me put piles 2 and 3 over here to the side, and let's go in and see clarity. A clear choice, Spirit said as I was gathering the deck. So for those of you who were drawn to this holy water, let's see what came for you. All right. You have the 2 of Cups. Talk about choices, right? Choices very often in tarot are reflected by the 2s. So 2 of Cups, relationships, what brings you joy, who you're partnering with. And oh wow, it comes with the Sun, you all. So success in your relationships, your clear choices leading to success, playfulness, life-giving. The Sun is ruled by, in tarot, is Leo, ruled by the Sun. So expansive playfulness, joy, tenderness in that 2 of Cups. Let me see your other tarot cards, 2 tarot cards. You've got the Knight of Earth. I love that because that's real grounded and practical. I will tell you that in today's spread, the decks that Spirit led me to, there's a lot of astrological correspondences and earthy correspondences. So I'm really glad to see this Knight of Earth taking your time. In this deck, it even says, I'll show you these keywords. It says dedicated, diligent, and methodical. All right. So this isn't haphazard. Like this full moon in Gemini, you are really being careful, not overly cautious, but just careful, deliberate. You know who you want to partner with, what you want your relationships to feel like, and they need to bring you joy. There needs to be a lightness to them, a way for you to grow. And look at this. Your 4th tarot, pile number 1, is the Page of Earth, coming with that Knight of Earth. Pages are new and fresh and playful energy. I love that there's a panda, depicted on this card. And the keywords here are manifesting, learning, and grounded. So you are ready to manifest based on the work that you have done, being diligent, being careful, being deliberate in how your relationships are moving forward. And remember as well, when we get a Two of Cups, you all, it is very often, juicy, romantic, loving relationships, especially if you are in a situation that you are desiring that. But it's also about your relations, your partnerships in business, your friendships, anything that takes you into a space of joy and growth and laughter and lightness of being with that sun energy. So you've been very, very practical about it. And that's why you're making a clear choice, Spirit is saying. All right, now I'm ready to go into your oracles. You have the ninth house, seeking, it says. We know the ninth house is ruled by Sagittarius. We are in the season of Sagittarius right now. So I think that's very auspicious for you that this card came. And we know that, think about also the number 9. This year, 2025, is numerically in the numerological system a 9 year. So there are these this sense of closing things out, of being ready. You've learned the lessons. You've been really diligent about the lessons that you've learned about your relationships. So that's why I think you're getting this ninth house. And it's also seeking more, like not just a completion, like, okay, been there, done that, I'm done with it. But it's the completion of some of the work that you've done, because now you're ready for a fresh start in how you are, who you draw to you, the vibration that you want of the people around you. That's going to be really, really important for you closing out this year and going into 2026, pile number 1. And look at this. If you didn't get to back that message up, look at that. Harmony. Harmony. Two of Cups. Harmony. Gemini. The twins. Thinking about the Lovers card. This is really, really good energy. Because for you all, there is work that you have done, but also are doing. There's movement in nights. Your soul is expanding, your consciousness is expanding, and it is drawing to you the kind of harmony that you deserve and that you've wanted, that feels more life-giving, people and things that feed into you, that pour into you rather than just taking from you. You better work it, pile number 1. Maybe that's why you were drawn to this holy water, like cleansing, purifying, blessed, protected. Look, you've got the part of fortune, and notice the key word on there, prosperity. Look at that pathway, that road ahead. So the choices that you're making right now, pile number 1, they are truly leading you to where you want to be. And I you know me, I keep it real. I'm not blowing smoke. Look how this is coming together. This truly is you going on a path toward, and look at that, even a sun. You have the sun here, and look at that sun in the background, the path leading toward the sun. You see that? Wow. You're headed in the right direction. Your clear choices are definitely leading you in the right direction, pile number 1. You have seek the truth. Now, you had, where's my seeker? Somewhere in here we had seeking in that ninth house. And now you have seek the truth with that lotus being born from the mud, that beauty that comes from the diligence and the work that you've been doing. I think this is a lot of work that you all have done on yourselves, recognizing what you deserve. There's a lot of power here. There's a lot of recognition of your own worth. So seeking the truth, and look at this contentment. Because you are going to enter a cycle. 2026 is leading you into a cycle of contentment. And you know what's interesting here? This is a solo figure. You've got this energy around partnerships, harmony, and that Two of Cups. And the solo figure comes to say, there's a sense of contentment that I think you all have that is related to when you are alone, or if you are going to be with others, then it needs to be at a certain caliber. It needs to be at a certain vibration. You get what I'm saying? It's like for you all, there's no waffling on this. There's no, well, I'll deal with this person or this situation and I'll just try to make the best of it. No. Spirit is saying there is more coming for you as you go ahead and walk the path towards your son, towards your desires, towards feeling content with yourself. Because as we know, very often the relationships we draw in are a reflection of where we are in our own consciousness. So as you go and work in this sense of contentment, this diligence, right? This ability to know I'm on the right path. So therefore, what comes toward me needs to also be, it needs to augment that. You have heartfelt. Wow. May your heart guide you. Look at that. With all those beautiful, are those 4-leaf clovers? Yeah, you got some good luck coming. Prosperity. I also think Spirit just told me, because I'm seeing all this earth energy with that prosperity, this could also be your path towards prosperity. Literally, money, abundance, good health, things that grow you. And the choices you make from a space of love, heartfelt. The choices that you make that bring you contentment. So this is, on the one hand, partnerships, if that's a key focus in your life right now. But this is also very much about you, yourself, and how they say me, myself, and I. There's some of that quality here as well. There is heartfelt growth. And also remembering the sun ruled by Leo, Leo rules the heart, right? So that's a lot of this, is you build your sense of contentment. I know who I am. I know what I deserve. I know how I'm working toward it. Patting yourself on the back, seeking the truth. Spirit rewards you for it. You have Aquarius energy that comes, and it says awe or ecstasy. I like it. It's really beneficial. This is a really, really auspicious reading. There's I got to put this ecstasy over here with this contentment. Let me switch some stuff around because that very much goes together, Spirit is telling me. It's like moments of ecstasy that don't even require. It's like a sense and a feeling of awe that you have about your own life, about your own potential, about your own growth that you've earned because of this diligent work that you've done. And there's a heartfelt connection to recognizing the truth of spirit. The guides are also saying you will see and have seen perhaps already proof of their existence. Like you're not just saying the prayers and saying, I keep the faith, but the manifestation of your prayers and your faith is what's occurring. All right. In that prosperity. And you being in that sense of ecstasy, which is tied to that sense of contentment. Woo, Spirit is bringing it, bringing it, bringing it. You have exuberance. Look at that. Now, if that don't go hand in hand with ecstasy, you know how it works. Different decks. Exuberance. True joy, happiness, a clear choice to celebrate your life. All things life related in that sun energy. Wow. Partying, even if you're alone, like dancing, putting on your PJs, your comfortable clothes, putting on your headphones, dancing, like the exuberance of your energy that's heartfelt is what feeds the spiritual realm to then bring what you want to manifest. It's you being in harmony with your higher self, you being in harmony with spirit, and therefore that harmony also shows up in tangible ways in your relationship to money, in your relationship to other people, in your relationship to love. There's a real practical aspect to this energy, pile number one. This isn't just dreams and hopes and wishes. This is a plan. This is the steps that you're taking on that pathway to actually realize this ninth house energy, this expansion, this growth, this sense of exploration. And the more you do that, that's what makes you this exuberance and this ecstasy, because you're like, yes, spirit, I'm here for it. I'm loving it. Now, you've got patience. And I think patience actually ties really well into you getting that page of earth and knight of earth, because remember, in tarot, earth moves slower. In timing, very often earth cards, if you're asking a question about timing, earth cards can signal up to a year. It takes time because things come together deliberately. There's no rush. I actually want to put that there with that patience. There's no rush. And so you having the patience to grow yourself, to experience and get accustomed to experiencing exuberance and ecstasy, to get accustomed to actually learning. And, a clear choice is what Spirit said, a clear choice to be content in all things, to be content with what you have, even if you're longing for more or you know that you want to manifest more. It's a stage of contentment now. And lo and behold, you've got a spiritual message. I think you are going to get more messages in addition to this reading. I think you're going to be getting more messages from Spirit. This is your spiritual message, the guides are saying. But it is also, this path is leading you down a path of even more spiritual messages. Like Spirit is saying, be on the alert for that. And I also think that's why you got that patience. Because sometimes we say prayers or we do our rituals, we light our candles, we do our thing spiritually, and then we want or believe that we should get some pretty quick results, and then it takes time. So that's your spiritual message. It's meant to take time. It's designed to take time, because this is your life path towards contentment, towards more ecstasy, towards more prosperity. Raise your vibration. All right, now, spiritual message. Raise your vibration. And that's what else are you doing in exuberance and ecstasy? Vibrations are definitely raised when you're feeling that. Raise your vibration is your message. That's your clear choice. Raise your vibration. And the way you raise that vibration is to put yourself into a state of celebration, whether that's socializing, whether that's dancing, whether that's treating yourself to something, pampering yourself, understanding it, whatever's heartfelt, whatever you really get juiced up about. That's what Spirit's talking about here. All right. You've got hope that comes with this beautiful butterfly. Wow. And look, I want to hold that up. Look, he's standing on that mountain, looking at the vastness of the universe. And look how large that butterfly is that comes in. Talk about transformation. There's a reason why there's the difference in that size. Like sometimes we do feel really small, but Spirit is saying, that's okay. I got you. I'm as big as you need. The universe is as big as you need. Your key word there is hope, and I want to read you that message. It says, as I journey through life, I hold on to my faith in God. Divine love guides and protects me in every situation. No matter the challenges, I trust in my true nature. Today, I welcome life with the belief that light always returns and endless possibilities await. You see that? I'm going to hold that up in case you want to screenshot it. You got that? This is really your clear choice, is making decisions that are life affirming. Going back to that sun, that are life affirming, ecstasy, exuberance, contentment. Recognizing that this is what raises your vibration. As you make choices and you seek things, whether that's higher learning, we know that Sagittarius, the 9th house, can represent more spiritual growth, more workshops, more books, more, exposing yourself to different ideas. That's what raises your vibration. All right. And your final card, pile number 1, is I got a crystal for everyone that will help you during this time. And look, didn't you get that beautiful rose quartz? One of the most popular and powerful crystals that we can work with. Rose quartz. Love, 2 of Cups, love and harmony and raising your vibration so that you can literally feel contentment and that state of ecstasy, expansion. There's a lot of expansion around you. We know Aquarius is a very expansive energy as well. It is it's rebellious sometimes, but it's also about the larger collective, we the people. You're growing and expanding. Your soul is growing and expanding. And as you do that, that's what gives you that heartfelt feeling of exuberance. And your rose quartz is going to help you get there. All right. All right. Pile number 1. I love that. And yes, you were drawn to this holy water. I think that for many of you, any sacred sort of water, putting a jar of water, always clear, putting a jar of water in the moonlight, that you can then use, put a little, splash some on your washcloth and shower. But water is really important for you during this time. Bless the water that you drink. Speak into it and speak life, sun energy into your body. All right. Even at this full moon. All right, you all. That was juicy. That was good. Moving on now to pile number 2. Those of you who were drawn to the tarot coin, let's see what Spirit says. This full moon in Gemini, a clear choice is what I heard. Woo, you're starting out. Come on with it, with strength. Wow. Also ruled by Leo, also ruled by the sun. So I can tell right now, you might, if you chose this, you might be interested in the holy water, pile number 1. All right, we have the Conqueror of Swords, which is the King of Swords. Beautiful energy in a full moon in Gemini. Talk about swords, right? A clear choice, the strength of your convictions, the strength of your thoughts, the strength of what you are saying, what you're journaling, the prayers that you speak, your intentions. There's power in that, pile number 2. There's a lot of power in that. And you also got the sun. Okay, so I'm going to double down and say if you chose this pile number 2, you might want to check out pile number 1 as well, because they got the sun as a catalyst card. This is so powerful. I've been reading a lot. I love astrology. I don't hold myself out as an astrologer, but I do know that life affirming force of the sun and growing, and knowing that even though we're in a full moon, the sun represents the life that comes because of the moon, because of how we're nurtured, because of our intuition, because of the more we grow our intuition, then the more we can make clear, concise choices. That King of Swords with strength and determination. Your last card is the World. Check it out. So of your 4 tarot, I only do 4 tarot in each stack. Of your 4 tarot, pile number 2, you got 3 major arcana. That's big energy. That's powerful energy. That's spirit speaking, your guides and ancestors speaking very strongly for you at this time. And in a beautiful way. Because also remember, this is the last full moon of the year. We're closing out the year, talking about a cycle of completion. We know the World represents that. The keywords on this deck, they call it Wise Earth. Completion, integration, and wholeness. You see that? Completion, integration, and wholeness. There's a clear choice that you are making to stand strong in who you are and your beliefs, and to put what you've learned this past year in particular into perspective. Keeping in mind that 2025 is a 9 year. It equates to the number 9 in the numerology system. That is also a year of completion. So there's some really strong, your mental faculties right now, pile number 2, are sharp. And Spirit is saying that's why you can make a clear choice, because your clear choices are giving you the strength of the sun. You have allowing. Wow. Encourages, sees the potential, clarifies, you give hope to, intuition, cycles, grows, and rewards. Allowing. I think this goes very well with your Earth card that you pulled and the Sun. Your clear choice, pile number 2, has to do with a lot of work that you have done around allowing more in your life, making room for it, making decisions about how you need to move differently, what you need to do differently in order to have more. And there's no muddled thinking here. This is so clear and so concise. And I think it's because you have rounded a corner in allowing yourself to have more. You have, you've got some endings. Now, didn't you just get that world card talking about completion? You've got endings talking about this last full moon of 2025. You're definitely going into a different cycle, ready for the next cycle, ready for this next version of yourself, but also taking what you've learned, because I just noticed too in this card, those endings, notice that elephant there, and elephants are known for their memory and their loyalty, and they can go without seeing a part of their tribe for years and instantly recognize them. There's an ending to a sense of doubt for some of you. There's an ending to questioning whether you have abilities, whether you're gifted, whether you're spiritually powerful. I know I would imagine that many of you, if you were drawn to this tarot coin, you probably read tarot, or you're certainly familiar with it and interested in it. That's so, to the extent that you may have ever doubted your own capacity, your own strength, your own force of life, your own decisions. That's what a clear choice. That's what Spirit is saying. This supermoon, this full moon in Gemini is like, enough of that. I see the light. I see my life. I see my growth. I am ready to show up and shine, recognizing as well that beautiful peacock, ready to show up and shine, ready to spread my feathers, ready to completely be who I am unapologetically, and allowing others to see you, not worrying about judgment, not worrying about, are you going to fit in, or are you going to appear to be, a little bit too much for people. Like, there's this power that you are undergoing. And look, you have the air element, full moon in Gemini. You have the air element that comes for you all, and it says connection. All right? Connection. You've made the connection. That's what's happening here. You allowed yourself to flip some sort of switch, and the connection is there. Spirit is saying, we hear you. We're right here with you. We're on this journey with you. The elephants also, I'm drawn back to this endings card. The elephants also being very, very representative of our ancestry. You have a strong connection to your ancestry. And ancestry meaning not just your immediate family, but going back generations. And you allowing yourself to grow. Sun promotes growth. Yourself to grow into that. Making a firm decision. I will not back away from what I know in my heart is right for me. You have reconsider here. I actually like that, because this full moon in Gemini, and talking about a clear choice. So for some of you, it's not about backing away from what you want. It's not about a lack of clarity. It is about clarity around reconsidering your options, reconsidering your connections, reconsidering the things that take you forward rather than hold you back. Because again, we know full moons are about releasing. And releasing doesn't mean, going back to that elephant medicine, releasing doesn't mean we forget what happened and we toss away our past, or we try to pretend nothing ever, it didn't happen. Even the bad stuff, the good stuff. It's not that. It's about the integration. It's about saying, remember, you got that. Integration is a key word in this deck's world, the world. Integration. It's really the power of knowing who you are. And some of this reconsideration may be that you've had to reconsider who you are. Your ideas in the past about what your talents are, what your gifts are, what you're good at, judgments. All of us have that inner voice and judgments that we make about ourselves, sometimes being too critical or, sometimes kind of overlooking things. That's what's being reconsidered. You are ready to zero in on exactly who you are in that King of Swords energy. And you've got tremendous resilience. Look at her in those swirling currents of water. But she's holding on. She's like, I'm not going anywhere. And I think for some of you, this is an indication of what you've had to do to get to a cycle of ending, to get to this point. 2025 might have been a really rough year for some of you. It could have been, loss of people, loss of jobs, change of jobs. I've had quite a 2025. Many of you know, I retired, and that was a huge decision for me to make. Stepping out on faith to do this work full time. So there's I shared that with you to say this has been for many of you as well a really pivotal year where you've had the currents running around you. Family, obligations, choices, talk about a clear choice, all sorts of things. But you have the resilience. And your resilience is allowing you to take that ending on and make new connections. Connect with your spirit team decisively, with strength, with a sense of conviction. And also reconsidering that some of the things that felt like they were harmful to you or setbacks or, hiccups in the road, that they were actually clearing the way for you to move forward. All right? You have trust that comes for you. May you take this leap of faith. Trust, pile number 2. In that vast landscape with that one singular tree, trust that tree can bear fruit, nourishment, safety, shade, comfort, right? Allowing yourself to trust. Trusting in your abilities. Trusting in your path. Trusting in your choices. Trusting in your sense of knowing, trusting in your ability to integrate everything that you've learned up until this point and make use of it in a powerful, decisive way for a beautiful life, ready to shine. You've got what does that say? Fragility. Got it. I think this may be your energy in 2025. Some of you, things that have happened, talk about that swirling water. Some of it could have made you feel fragile or anxious or doubtful, right? Some of it could have felt like a setback or whoa, right? But and so you could have felt a little fragile. But hey, let's put that right up against that strength and that King of Swords. The fragility is what you're walking out of, that completion in the world. And there's a reconsidering that what felt like it was taking you back. Again, Spirit is saying it was actually connecting you, bringing you closer to them, bringing you closer to your higher self, your soul, your divine purpose. And those endings had to occur. If some of you are in a challenging time right now and really trying to hold on to your faith and feeling fragile, know what's coming. Spirit is giving you a clear message. They want you to trust them. The land may look empty. The landscape may feel really empty. You may feel isolated or misunderstood or like a lot of responsibility is what I'm hearing for some of you. But Spirit is saying, allow the universe to come in and help you grow back. Maybe I just got an image of sometimes, plants, you have to pare them down and so that they can regrow, or sometimes you have to repot them because they outgrow the pot. That's a process that I think some of you are going through. And there's no mistaking it, because where it leads you to is the sun. It leads you to growth. It leads you to success. There's healing. You see that? There's healing. Wow. Take the time. That's what some of this reconsider energy is about as well. Take the time and do the healing. But you're not healing from a place of sadness or a place of fragility. You're healing from a place of strength, pile number 2. That's why you have to make the connection. And I'm also seeing now that I pulled this energy, I'm also seeing that for some of you, it's really important to make connections to healing circles, healing people, healing groups, healers, getting energy healing if you need it, learning how to do energy healing on yourself. That's a clear choice. That leads to strength. That helps you turn the page. You've got stability. Exactly. That's what your 2026 is going to bring you in. Okay? Stability. This swirling that happened in that, what caused you the resilience and that fragility. Now, you do this and you get stability. Spirit wants you to know. Trust. Things are going to stabilize. And you will be stable. You will move through this cycle. Ending of a cycle, lessons learned in that world card, clearer and stronger, resilient. You have a message of love. Oh, I love that for you. And this is from spirit, from your guides, from your higher self. A message of love. Some of you need to remember and know that you are loved. Maybe this was a year where you just didn't see. I mean, if you're going through this kind of energy, like sometimes it's hard for you to see, or feel like, okay, I'm feeling the love. Maybe some of you have not felt the love, but here's your message of it. You have admit your vulnerabilities. Don't try and tell yourself, I got to be strong. I got to be strong. I got to be strong. It's okay. That's also ties into this fragility message that you got. Because being fragile in that sense doesn't mean that you are crumbling or that you're not up to the task or that you're not resilient. It says, I'm human. I am vulnerable. And this also brings me, I'm drawn back to this allowing card that you got. Some of you, I think Spirit is saying, remember a moment ago I got the ping from Spirit that this was about connecting with people. I think that's where connecting with people comes in. Because if you are in a trusted circle, if you have a trusted friend or a trusted mentor, a trusted spiritual guide, then you can be vulnerable. You can be vulnerable and find your strength, a clear choice in that vulnerability. Speaking the things aloud, understanding your human side. It's okay. You have achievement. And it says, as I journey towards achievement, I discover my strengths and I grow through each challenge. I believe in my potential and trust. You had that trust card. And trust in my abilities. Today, I move forward with confidence, embracing life and its lessons. I am courageous and I am supported on this path toward the light. I want to hold that up in case you want to screenshot it. You got it? This is not just achievement in the context of that we typically put that in, career, meeting a certain goal for ourselves, all of that. That's fine. But this is also achievement on a deeper level for you all. This is achievement in understanding the depth of your soul and understanding your potential and understanding that when you have had to trust that you could endure and overcome that raging storm, the shifts, the endings, the things that I'm drawn back to that endings card. So whatever area of life that you may have experienced those kinds of things, pile number 2, there's an achievement that comes from that because you're still here and you're still moving and you are growing into the power of your clear choices with that conqueror, with that King of Swords energy and that strength, inner strength, the strength within. So basically, this full moon in Gemini, I see from you, Spirit is saying, seek out your connections, pile number 2. Be careful about it, be wise about it. You know, it's not about exposing yourself and being vulnerable to someone who doesn't isn't going to appreciate that and feed and pour into you to lift you up. But it's coming for you because there's that stability. All right? It's coming. And I pulled a gemstone for everybody to help you, that will help you during this time. And you got lepidolite. Let me hold that up. Lepidolite. If you're not familiar with it, you might want to look it up. Lepidolite will help you during this time. Okay? Love it. And it's a throat chakra stone, by the way. They're showing the throat chakra there. So this is, you know, speaking your truth, talking about Gemini energy, communication, speaking your truth, speaking your vulnerabilities, but those vulnerabilities leading to strength, not weakening you, not increasing being fragile, but pulling you up out of that, pulling you up out of that water so that the swirling current, so that you can live the experience of the sun, so that you can feel expansive. Message of love. I'm going to leave you with that, right? Having a more expansive experience in your life. That's what's coming for you. All right, pile number 2. I hope that was helpful. That was really, really powerful. Those currents that we saw, that swirling water on the one, that really got to me, because it shows your resilience, it shows your power, and it shows your strength. It also shows emotional, for some of you, emotional turmoil, and that it's taken work to, you know, to keep going. But you got this. Message of love. All right, moving on. Pile number 3, those of you who were drawn to these beautiful shells that I got from the Hana region of Maui. Put it over here. Let's see. Full moon in Gemini, clear choice. You have the Queen of Cups. Love, nurturing, beautiful card around when we get a full moon, because that's very representative of the Queen of Cups. And look, she comes with the 10 of Cups. Family, celebration, domestic life, feeling, remembering as well that family isn't always like you got to have a big family. I have a very small family, but I have also a beautiful tribe. You know, many of you, you know, I consider you a part of my tribe. Like it's a collective energy that brings joy. You've got the 5 of Cups. So there may have been some emotional, and I'm looking at all this cups energy, cups. This could have been, you know, as you're closing out pile number 3, as you're closing out 2025, it feels like it's been quite a ride for you emotionally. Noticing even the shells, and shells being reflective not only of earth but of water. Let's see. And your 4th tarot is the Empress. Definitely spirit, the divine feminine, wanting to hug up on you, wanting to love you, wanting you to be able to just rest in her arms. And also having tremendous compassion for yourself and for people around you. Some of you who chose this pile may be empathic, maybe just natural empaths. And so you pick up on a lot of things. But that's okay, because you have the capacity to regenerate, right? With that Empress energy, you've got the capacity to regenerate. You've got the capacity to nurture yourself and those around you. But there's just the question of keeping your balance while doing it, not overdoing it, and not feeling responsible to fix other people's stuff, or allowing other people's stuff to become somehow reflective of yours, right? Becoming a part of your reality. I want to see now. I can't wait to see your oracle cards. You have opposition, balance. So, I'm going to call it like I see it. You know, I always do. I'm keeping in mind the time of year that we're in, right? This is the holiday season. This is the closeout, last full moon where we're supposed to be releasing. That's what full moons help us do, recognize what's reached its peak and, ready to move on. There's some of you have had a tough time financially. It's affected your home and your relationships, your family. Maybe feeling a lack of support, maybe feeling a little disappointed by people who you thought you could count on. That's that opposition. But what Spirit wants you to know, pile number 3, is, okay, let's put that opposition over there with the struggle, that 5 of Cups, right? Sorrow, regret, loss are the key words that it says in that card. But let's move over here. Because the Empress does not rely on others to create, right? The Empress walks in an energy that is naturally creative, ruled by Venus. So she walks with the blessings and abundance. Her essence is abundance. Her essence is whatever I need, I can have. Relationships, a good home life, people around you who love you, nurturing in that Queen of Cups energy. So for some of you, it's that what I'm getting here is that you've been sort of, and we all do it. Like I'm the first, I'll put myself first in line. We all can take the challenges, opposition. We all can take the emotional challenges that we're faced with and we just dwell on it and dwell on it and dwell on it and replay it in our minds when in fact our power, this disempowers us. Our power lies in moving forward. We can't always control who shows up. That 10 of Cups, that domestic energy, the joyfulness, the satisfaction that comes in a 10 of Cups energy, we can't always flip a switch and control that. But we can walk in this at any given time. And if we walk in this Empress energy long enough, this will show up. All right? You have venture. Time to move on. Get out. Explore. Try something different. Literally, for some of you, this is getting in nature. And I love that. Also, I'm going to put that up here with this Empress card because the Empress is very earthy in that sense. She moves in the earth. The animals assist her. The trees, the flowers bloom around her. The honeybees make honey, make more honey when she comes around. Like there's something that where Spirit is saying, venture out. Look at that beautiful nature energy on the edges, the beautiful antlers, the growth that's represented by those antlers on the deer, right? That's what's happening. Spirit wants you to recognize that what you feel like has been happening to you or around you that has held you back or could hold you back, that you've been dwelling on, it's time to venture on. And keeping in mind, full moon in Gemini, full moon and the last moon of 2025, moving it out, venturing on beyond it, beyond this. That's what's coming your way. And I just looked down and doggone if I didn't pull Aries, beginning. Okay? You see that? Beginning. A new beginning. 2026 is bringing you a new beginning. And that is why Spirit wants you to really get in, hone in on this last full moon of this year to say, it's all good. Bye-bye. I learned what I learned. I know what I know. And now I'm ready to move on. Aries energy, beginnings. This is, as we know, Aries rules the head. And the head, Spirit said, the main words they gave me for this reading you is a clear choice. And your clear choice is you. You first. Trusting your instincts, not letting because somebody comes against you or something happens that throws you off and it hits you kind of in the emotions and then you think, okay, was it me? Is it something I did? Is it something I said? Is it something I should have done? All that questioning. Aries doesn't have time for that. Aries ruled by Mars says time to move on with it. Time to create. Time to venture out and do more. And woo, come on with it, Spirit. Lighten up. You see that? Lighten up. Lighten up, pile number 3. You got it? It's okay. Spirit is saying it's okay. Don't dwell on what brings your spirit down. And it's not about ignoring or bypassing, spiritual bypassing, we call it sometimes. It's not about faking it. It's not about pretending that you don't feel what you feel or you didn't experience what you did. Hey, it's reality. But the clock is ticking, is what Spirit is saying. The cycle is moving. You're regenerating in that Empress energy. Cycles of growth. We're in a winter season where even the trees you got that card with the nature. Things fall away. The trees, the leaves wither, the plants go bare. But what happens? Because they're preparing for the next cycle of growth. And your springtime, especially, Aries comes in what, March? I would say for you all, pay very close attention to what happens what happens around you around March of 2026 in particular, because something's coming to lighten you up. And that doesn't mean you got to wait till then to lighten up, by no means, but just know this is they want you to venture further or farther than what this has allowed you to do. You've got reciprocity that's coming for you. You've given a whole lot. And maybe it doesn't feel like you got in return what you hope to get or thought is at least fair, whether it's in the workplace, your families, your relationships, your trusted circles. There's reciprocity. And I also get that there's a part of you that Spirit is saying, don't downplay that. The Empress makes no apologies for luxury. She makes no apologies for having the best, deserving the best, generating the best, enjoying the best, right? Reciprocity. You deserve that. And that is a universal law. I would recommend that if you chose this pile, if you're not already familiar with that, look up the universal law of reciprocity. That's an area for you, of growth for you. You have charm that comes. May you see the magic in small things. Okay. This nature thing, this venture, some of you are going to find talismans, power objects, magical objects in nature. 100%. And that's part of what Spirit wants you to venture out in, especially closing out this year, this full moon. Spirit wants you to venture into that. There's consistency. And I love that she's with the doggy, known for loyalty. Unconditional, I'm always there. I think for some of you, my air conditioning came on. Let me turn it off because it's going to be loud. Hold on. You know how it is in Florida, still hot. Okay, that'll go off in a second. I'm sorry about that. So consistency is tied to this notion of, I think for some of you, you're strong. You go through periods of really feeling connected to Empress energy, really feeling connected to that Aries, Mars energy, like I know who I am, etc. But then something will happen that throws you off your base a little bit, right? That's perfectly normal. But your message from Spirit is practice consistency, even in those moments of challenge. And that is also why they want you to get that charm. They want you to find a talisman, magic, crystals, whatever it for you all, but especially coming with that Queen of Cups energy, it's important. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, some of you may have a lot of those signs in your chart or a combination of those signs in your charts. So the emotional thing can get you really going, right? And especially as it relates to the people around you. You just have these really deep ties on some level to maybe even subconscious to the people around you, to circumstances around you, to your home life. So Spirit is saying be consistent in your magic, in using your tools, because that's what strengthens you. That's your earth. That's what grounds you. That's what strengthens you. All right? Oh, and you got adventure. Now you just had venture in one deck. You know how we do it. You had venture in one deck, and now you got adventure. It is really, and that Aries maybe around March or sometime early next year, time to take a trip or do something different. Go somewhere different. Be around someone different or people different. Lighten up. What brings you a sense of adventure? There's a bigger world out there than what you have experienced and known. And Spirit doesn't want you to give up on that. That's the consistency. Continue and be consistent in your sense of treating life as an adventure. I'm a big fan of Joe Dispenza and his teachings. And I ran across a really short quote from him recently because I'm going to be doing a lot of work around initiation next year. And he made this really simple quote that said, "Your life is your initiation. Your life is an adventure. It is your initiation. It is initiating your soul, growing your soul, developing it, experiencing it in earthly form," which is what the Empress does. She loves all the things of earth and enjoys them fully. But in order to do that, there's a sense of adventure. What else is out there? And you got to lighten up to find it. All right? There's gratitude. Oh, I love that. With a bluebell fairy. And look at that. Is that a stag? Look at that gorgeous. A stag or a moose or something there. See that? With that fairy. Gratitude. Gratitude. Spirit is saying, be grateful for what's to come. If you can put yourself in a vibration, and this is true in a lot of manifestation teachings, that if you can put yourself in a mental and physical and spiritual space of feeling like you have what you desire, it draws it to you faster. That's what's happening here. And I love that there's this very lightness, spiritual aspect to it, but then it's all grounded in by the stag or the moose. You see that? There's strength in it. And there's strength in gratitude. It's not just this mamby-pamby, oh yes, I'm happy, thank you, Spirit, love you. It's not, it's strength, it's strong, it's fertile. Thinking about the Empress energy as well. It's what makes the universe rain those stars down on you and fertilize your earth. So that shows up in your Ten of Cups. That's what shows up then around you. You begin to have a different experience in life as you adventure. You have a message of guidance. As you venture in nature to pay attention to what shows itself to you. That's your guidance. And you have to get out there. You have to venture out and adventure to witness it, to get that guidance, the things that bring you the messaging. You have trust the divine plan. Trust the divine plan, pile up number 3. Okay? Because there is a bigger plan for you. And you're going to be getting messages about it the more that you can experience and allow yourself to open up and experience in different ways. Go someplace you've never been. Try something you've never tried before. Take up a new hobby. Learn a new area of study. Connect with different people. Take some chances. Treat your life like an adventure. It's not a roadmap. You don't need that. But lighten up. Treat it like, ooh, I wonder if, with that Aries beginning energy, you have the path of light. And it says, I'll show it to you. It says, life places the perfect people and situations on my path to support my journey of inner growth. I possess the courage to progress despite any obstacles. I study my experiences, seeking the wisdom they offer. In this way, I improve each day. I choose to grow in faith, confident that at the end of my road, I will join the light. You see that? I'm going to hold that up in case you want to screenshot it. I hope I got it in focus. Yeah, there you go. All right. It ain't the destination, it's the journey. We say that, right? But that's the truth. You're setting out on a very long, you have set out. Your life journey is long and winding, but light. Lighten up, filled with light. Absorb the light. When you go out and venture out, pay attention to the light. Pay attention to how light comes through trees and bushes, and when you are when you find yourself standing somewhere and then realize you're standing in sunlight. Pay attention to lighting within your homes. That spirit just spoke that to me as well. Candlelight and how you light your home. Lighting and absorb that. Even these stars, that coming down. Absorb the light from this full moon. Light even there in that consistency. Light is your power source right now, pile number 3. Light is definitely your power source. Use it. Light crystals, light energy, lighting in your home. You get it. And Spirit's going to speak to you about it. You're going to get some messages of guidance around that. But light feeds you. Light feeds you. All right. And the stone that will help you. Oh, I didn't get a stone for you. I got a planet. Jupiter. Growth. Beautiful that you're getting this, because we know Sagittarius. The sun is still in Sagittarius, which is ruled by Jupiter. Growth. Venturing out. Adventure. Aries. Beginnings. Growth. You are entering a cycle. Empress energy grows. Abundance. Reciprocity. The universe wants to give back to you. And to the extent that your relationships or situations have felt like they're pushing back against that, financial struggles in your love life or with your health or whatever, thousands of ways that we all experience it in different times, and in different places, different circumstances, but you're growing past it. There's a tremendous opportunity for you if you'll be consistent and take this venture or adventure and treat it as a life purpose and a life mission. Treat it as something that you really want to pour into yourself. Going back to that Queen of Cups that you started out with. Pour into yourself. Then the reciprocity appears. The path of light. You are on a path of light. Trust the divine plan. All right, pile number 3. I hope that was helpful. I wish you the absolute best, and I appreciate your time, your energy, your feedback, your support, your prayers on my behalf as I continue to, go on my own adventure and meet the challenges and learn more about myself and my journey as well, so I can continue to show up here and do my best for you. All right? I'll talk to you real soon. Bye.